Hello everyone and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today we are once more watching Esa Tunanen in his Gremyashchy, and he's in a tier 5 battle on the map straight in the domination game mode. Now once more I probably have to apologize because I know neither how to pronounce that nickname nor do I know how to pronounce that ship name. Be that as it may, it is a very good little ship. It was offered in a pre-order package in the beta of World of Warships. This destroyer offers 8-kilometer torpedoes, which is the best torpedo range you can get at tier 5, paired with fairly decent guns, only the turret rotation is truly miserable. But Esa will show us that this doesn't really bother him. Now we can also see here, friendlies are oftentimes a lot more dangerous than allies. These torpedoes could have easily hit him if he hadn't paid any attention. And now he has launched his own torpedoes, and I don't think he had anything particular in mind, just in the general direction. This early in the game you can't really predict what the enemies will do once they get under fire, so just a big spread in the general direction might be the best you can do with your torpedoes and hope for the best. And now he is comfortably sitting in his own smoke screen and shooting at cruisers who present him the broadside. He has switched to armor piercing and he is currently... well, he's also obviously currently torpedoing somebody. It's always nice to see that your blind torpedoes have paid off. Now, the last salvo didn't do any damage. He switched back to high explosive in the hopes of killing his ship, and he managed to do so. Now he's back at armor piercing and shooting at a Königsberg who is tired of living. I don't know exactly what this guy's playing. It seems that he's getting slower, he's still exposing his broadside and he's just slowly drifting to his doom. Now, another kill. Now so far he has scored 2 kills and already 6 Citadel penetrations in his destroyer, which I find pretty amazing. Now his next target is a Furutaka, and there we go, another Citadel. Also, he's spotted by now, so he is moving again. He doesn't wanna be just a sitting duck. Even though so far it seems that the enemies mostly ignore him. And there is a destroyer. So he is shooting his torpedoes in a way because he expects this destroyer to turn around and not to continue charging. So he just fired again in the hopes of getting lucky and not particularly just... I think he didn't have anything particular in mind. Now those enemy torpedoes don't seem to be much of a problem. He can avoid those with ease. And yes, his own torpedoes, as probably expected, they didn't do much, but it's worth a try. Now this enemy destroyer managed to evade a few shots by slowing down, but he forgot to speed up afterwards. Maybe his engine was knocked out. That could be. If he was trying to avoid shots, you have to remember, once you slow down you have to speed up afterwards again or you will just die. I mean, you can avoid one salvo by slowing down, but if then you stand still, all the following salvos will hit, and yeah. I think you get what I'm saying. Now so far he has done pretty well, and since the cruisers are dealt with, he can now go for the battleships. Usually it's probably the other way around. You are going for battleships and trying to avoid cruisers, or at least that's what I'm doing. Because honestly, cruisers shouldn't have too much of a problem dealing with a destroyer. But I mean, most of them, they didn't even try. They presented their broadside and they died for doing so. And in all honesty, I myself am usually not concerned showing my broadside to a destroyer because I have never been Citadel hit by a destroyer so far. Now, so he hasn't taken any shots yet because he isn't spotted. He wants to get closer for torpedoes. Now these torpedo bombers have seen him, so he could take a shot here. Maybe he's hoping this guy doesn't realize it. A lot of people don't really watch the minimap or what's happening around them. They only look when somebody's shooting them. And his anti-air even shot down a plane. Now what he's trying to minimize his export. Yeah, he dodged those shells. And it's still a pretty ballsy move here. Now, he doesn't want to shoot his torpedoes and miss, because it all comes down to... Yeah, he has to sink him with this torpedo salvo or he's in trouble. And... there you go. One less battleship. And I have to say that was truly a pleasure to watch. Now, this battleship probably didn't want to show his broadside. He just kept sailing straight on because it gives him an easy time dodging torpedoes if they are launched from far away. But on the other hand, this battleship's secondary guns never had a chance to shoot. And this one salvo of the primary guns completely missed, so yeah. Anyway, Asa has moved on to his next target, which is a New York, a tier 5 battleship. And this time he is just pounding him with high explosive from afar. This battleship is completely ignoring him shooting at someone else, so he can just do that. I mean, you see all the guns pointing away, he doesn't have to be afraid of anything at the moment. Can just sail in a straight line and shoot this guy. So if you... oh, and he just got his Confederate. That's always nice. If you look at this map, this battleship was pretty much on his own, without any friends. And he didn't have to worry about getting spotted and getting shot at by 5 cruisers or something like that. So now this game is already pretty much over. They have 2 points. Shortly they will also control the third. Only a few enemies left. There isn't much left to do other than clean up. Now this game was a win, and I hope it showed you that even with a destroyer you can score Citadel hits and do really good with shooting armor piercing. So it does pay off to know when to use what ammunition and when to use your guns. And I hope you enjoyed this replay. See you guys next time.